At this time, I'm going to call this meeting to order. This meeting is held on Friday, August 19th, in the Matthew Thornton Meeting Room. This is a meeting of the Town Center Committee, and we are gathered here today. We're short two members today. Bill Wilkes advised he could not come, and Nick LaValle is on some kind of business trip, so he won't be here. But the rest of us can carry on. Remind everyone to turn on their microphone so the little green light comes on so that this can be recorded. And our first order of business is approval of minutes of our meeting of when is it here? June 24th was our last meeting. And we had a set of minutes. I sent them around for you all to have a heads up. And any questions, comments, or action required? The action, oh, we don't have Matt, do we? Well, I would have waited for him. I forgot. Well, he'll be okay with this. We're just gonna, we'll do the minutes. If anybody has any corrections or fix-ups,
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
you've had a sneak preview.
Yes, I did.
Do we
I'll
have
second that.
Thank you, Karen. Any discussion or anybody want more time to review these? And if not, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the motion to approve the minutes of June 24th as
Yes.
drafted? All were in favor? Motion carries. Okay. That is done. Oh, a minute taker. You want to do it, Mike?
Already being done.
Thank you, thank you. Our first old business order is the results of our display on the 4th of July at the pancake breakfast. We came with this map that you see here. This was revised by the NRPC. It's got a couple little things I want to tweak, and we'll talk about that on the next item on the agenda. But that was the map we presented, and we also presented a new handout dated July 2022. And the map on that is a little different than the map that we were looking at over there. But it works. They both work, and I think that our map was well received. The people stopped by. It was 4th of July. It was a nice day. Everybody was glad to be in the air conditioning. And they lingered by the map and praised it and praised the work of this committee. So that's my take on it. Karen was there and joined me for quite a bit of the time. And what's your take on this whole thing, Karen?
Oh, I think everyone definitely enjoyed it. I think we got a couple comments almost on how can we donate.
Yes.
And so
yeah.
we were thinking, I don't know, we just weren't really prepared for that, I guess.
No, we weren't, and there's no easy way to do that either.
Yeah.
Although this committee has received money, and we have a small bank account of people who have given us money in the past for various projects and toward the Souhegan River Trail. And but I think its total amount is about $2,000, which doesn't build much sidewalk. But maybe that's something we can talk about find out about if there's a way to do this. Maybe we can build up that fund gradually over time. We'll put out a little basket there. But good point, Karen. I'm glad you remembered that. I noticed it at the time, but I'll be giving my annual report to the town council probably early in October. That's usually when we come up for review, and I'll bring that up to them too. I think they'd ought to agree with it before we start collecting money. Putting it.
Right, and maybe have an idea what we might be contemplating to do with it.
Yeah, yeah,
Just at that point, when you make that
yeah,
presentation.
yeah, yeah, okay. All ideas are welcome. What would we do if somebody give us $50?
Trip to Cancun.
What? Yeah,
But I think, you know, as we do these new trails, especially the one that's planned as part of the Souhegan River, you know, like what we've done with the Souhegan River Committee, where you know, we have those plaques that kind of highlight, you know, the importance of it, or
Yeah.
contributors, or you know, if there was some key folks involved. I think those are great, just to you know, to mark that, and that I think that's the money, that type of money would probably cover it, you know.
that's a good suggestion. You know, the sign we've got on the Souhegan River Bridge, the footbridge, you know, we have a sign there, and that
Yeah.
was donated to us by a local sign maker. And so they can make donations in kind as well.
Yeah.
Uh,
McGaw Bridge has got one too. Yeah.
What's that?
McGaw Bridge has one too.
McGaw Bridge has, is there a plaque on it?
It is.
It's the historic sign panels,
Yeah,
because the old bridge was the historic jack arch. So it remembers the bridge that used to be
that
there.
was, oh, okay, I see, yeah. Okay, I
Bedford
never,
Road has that as well.
yeah. Okay, I didn't realize that. And there's one on
And the
Bedford?
river trail will have similar.
Yeah. Well, I know the River Trail's got a whole raft of signs and posters, and the Historical Society put together. Not our Historical Society, the State
Oh.
Historic Commission sent, as part of their approval, they approved a whole different bunch of signs, which I thought were being incorporated into the design, a place to show them. And we also have a plaque from this, from Pennachuck Waterworks, a bronze plaque commemorating their donation of the land where the dam used to be, that they gave to us back in the day. You know about those.
I guess it's familiar. We
I personally gave you the bronze plaque.
I think Becky Thompson has it.
I think it's
Yeah.
behind
Yeah,
that.
she's still got it. Okay. Well, I told you about it anyway, in case something happens to me, you know where to find it, behind her desk.
Nothing's gonna happen to you, Nelson. Come on.
You never know. Okay, well, anyway, anything else, Karen, that we should report to the committee on what we learned that day, other than positive feedback from the public, I think?
Yeah,
is
no,
my
nothing
takeaway.
else, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
A lot of kids came up too.
yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
fun too.
We gave out a lot of these brochures. I have one of these. We're going to talk about this next. I gave everyone another one today. It's dated July 2022, and we updated this. But what I wanted to talk about next was the maps. And the maps, NRPC will update them one more time. And they just want to make sure they capture everything we want put on those maps. I caught a few things. Where did I put them?
Nelson, this map is representative of that now? Like,
Well, here's the rub. I should say this right off the bat. The two maps are slightly different.
okay, because I thought that's what you said, but now
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay.
They are slightly different. And I asked them, well, how about making them the same? Well, they told me all the reasons they couldn't make them the same, because when they take that map and shrink it, it loses a lot of detail. Some of the printing gets illegible. And so they said they had to do it, they had to modify it slightly. The main things, the coloring of the sidewalks and location of the sidewalks should be accurate on both maps. And they're not quite there yet. So we can talk about that. The things I can, here it is. The things that I noticed so far missing is the Twin Bridge Road sidewalk. That's the one that runs just to the north of the park, the Twin Bridge Park, and that sidewalk isn't shown on either of these maps, I think, as a need. And that's one we had actually recommended to the town council that they do 2 years ago, but they didn't do it. So it's just
I'm not following. Can you
Sure.
help me identify where that is again?
okay. You see Twin Bridge Road?
Yes.
Okay, it's way up in the corner of the map. Twin Bridge Road, on the south side of Twin Bridge Road, we wanted to have a sidewalk that would connect the red line up there on Route 3 down to that trailhead that leads into the Twin Bridge Park. You'll see the trail comes across and meets Twin Bridge Road in a little point. And that sidewalk is not shown on there. And we wanted to do that to make a loop sidewalk that would go from Twin Bridge Park all the way up and around and eventually connect back when we come to doing the sidewalk as part of the bridge construction on Route 3. So that is one that was missing from the maps, and I wanted that included. The next thing I picked up on was on the small map. They caught it on the big map, but not on the small map. They show a railroad track. The old spur line railroad track runs right into Watson Park. And that is no more. That whole loop of railroad has been removed. So I think it should not show on these maps anymore. And the other thing was they show let me see, the yellow is supposed to be already constructed sidewalk, and it shows the yellow going between Church Street and Route 3 on the north side of Babusik Lake Road. And it's shown there in yellow as an existing sidewalk. The sidewalk ends at the library property and does not include the church. And so that should be corrected. Those are the things that I picked up, and I'd like to hear from anybody who has anything more, because we won't get another bite of this apple probably for a few years. Yeah, Kyle.
So on the little map here,
Yeah.
Woodbury is listed as sidewalk need. That should be yellow because that's done.
Woodbury Street is shown as red.
Right. That says sidewalk need. Yellow is existing sidewalk.
Oh yes. Oh my. Oh, how did I miss that?
By the same account, the on the east side of Daniel Webster from Lobster Boat into Watson Park should also be yellow because that's complete.
Yes, yeah.
From the Lobster Boat. There's a little bit is shown here as yellow, and it should be red.
Yeah. So this
Yes. Yep.
this stretch into Watson Park is already there. That little
Yeah.
loop sidewalk behind the decorative trees in the front of the park.
Yes.
So that should be yellow as well.
Okay.
And the pedestrian access into Abbey Griffin Park should be shown as yellow. That's the Rotary project that was completed.
Yeah.
It's labeled as pedestrian access.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. How did I miss more than I thought
Wow.
here?
Staring right at him. And didn't
Yeah.
even see it.
Oh, shut up. Let's see. Take me again, Kyle, through those. Do one from Lobster Boat north.
From Lobster Boat south on the east side of Daniel Webster. into Watson Park should be yellow.
Okay, this down here? No,
This section right
there. Right, okay. Okay. To Watson Park, and then give me the others,
there. Then Woodbury Street
yeah, Woodbury Street, yeah,
in totality.
yeah,
And then that little stub in Dabby Griffin from Daniel Webster.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, you did a good job with that. How did I miss? Somehow Sidewalk, me, that is.
Isn't
done.
They do have yellow on big map.
What about in front of where Don's Lewis's towing is on Wire Road? Doesn't he has sidewalk in front of his property, doesn't he?
I don't think so.
Because I remember he'd come in during planning board one time and said, "Oh, you guys made me
No.
put sidewalk in, blah blah blah."
Okay,
Yeah,
can't
I know.
picture
I'm
it.
pretty sure he does.
I'll check it.
Yeah.
I'll check it and be sure.
All right.
Yeah. It's a good catch. Of course, all of that is going to be reconfigured probably with the new intersection between Wire Road and
Right.
Route 3. Thank you. Who is this bugging?
It means I have an email when it doesn't. I don't know what it means on yours.
It means I have an email. Yeah, yeah. Somebody wants to sell me car insurance.
You already have an agent.
Right.
Don't click the link.
No, it won't, go- that's just delete. Okay. Keep looking, folks, and I will feed this back to NRPC.
I guess the only other thought, Nelson, is the existing trail. So the bridge exists even though it's closed. So I don't know if you want to make that yellow.
Which
The
bridge?
pedestrian bridge over the Souhegan River
Um,
by the Marrows Marauders Bridge.
Okay, it's shown here as red, right?
It's. Oh, I
No.
guess it is, but if that's it, it's on the wrong side of the.
Oh, I see what you mean. There's
Turnpike.
something on the wrong side. And this one is, it just says Ped Bridge currently
Currently closed.
closed.
So I don't know if you want to put that as
Yeah.
yellow because it does exist even though it's closed.
Yeah,
And then I didn't know if you wanted to formally put a yellow line through the wooded area to where it's going to tie into the river trail.
well,
Down through the woods.
this one through the woods is shown as,
It's a dash line, yeah.
yeah, and that's the way that fits the,
So I guess it is there under existing trail path.
Yeah.
So that's probably
Yeah.
fine.
yeah. Yeah, I think. You don't want to make it look like it's going to be a sidewalk. 'Cause
Right. Fair enough.
It isn't going to get,
Oh yeah, I see. Yellow is for sidewalk.
yeah,
So scratch all that.
okay. Okay. You okay, Michael? Are we okay, Michael?
Yeah, I think we're okay. Yeah, there's definitely haves and have-nots here between these two. It's not like you can just say defer to that one or defer to this one. So
Yeah.
they're gonna have to,
You're gonna have
take
to-
all of our comments and reconcile both
With
maps.
both maps.
Yeah, make sure they're consistent.
Yeah.
Yep. And hopefully they'll give you one last look before they go to publish.
Well, that's what this is.
Yeah, yeah.
They gave me this, and
Yeah.
I've come up with a list of things
Yeah.
I want to do over again.
Yeah.
But I can probably get a look at it,
Like a PDF.
just see if they incorporated it right. But
Yeah.
I don't want to add any more to it unless it's something serious. And if you got something serious, now's a good time to bring it out. Okay. Okay, thank you. We'll move on. I'll still take any more comments you discover before the end of the meeting. I want to move along to the status on the Souhegan River Trail. Kyle, I hope, has some good news for us.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. The news continues to be good. The our consultant is preparing to make the final plan submission to DOT next Wednesday.
Okay,
So once that submission is made, then it's up to DOT and FHWA, Federal Highway Administration, review of the project. And depending how long that takes, we'll be able to get out to bid.
okay, but what he's got is, he thinks is ready for bid, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so we
These are
got,
final plans and
these are-
specs that are being
yeah,
submitted.
yeah,
Yep,
okay,
this is it, final package.
good, good.
Yeah.
Let's hope we can get it.
And again, recall from previous discussions that this is an acceleration of this
Yes.
process by about 4 months. It's been
Yeah.
a big challenge for the consultant,
Yeah,
and they've come up big.
yeah,
So that's gonna happen, and hopefully the state and federal review will go well.
yeah.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Why wouldn't it?
Certainly
Yes,
been through the ringer
yeah,
already.
yeah.
Through the state process. So yeah, I think it'll be a favorable project and go well.
Very good.
On the other side of it, DOT has changed their policy on inspection of projects. It's really being driven by Federal Highway. In the past, we would have the same consultant that designed the project inspect the project, the construction
Yeah,
engineering phase.
yeah,
That's not allowed anymore. So Quantum, as our design engineer, cannot be the inspecting engineer. So we sent out proposals a week or so ago to 9 firms that are pre-approved by DOT
yeah,
to send us proposals for the construction engineering phase.
yeah,
So Dawn and I will be reviewing those proposals, and the way the process works is the proposals we receive don't have any fees in them. We review the proposals to determine which consultant is most qualified for our project,
yeah,
the best fit for our project.
yeah,
And we'll rank them, 1 to however many we get.
yeah.
And then we begin negotiations with the top firm.
Uh-huh.
If we can't come to agreement with the top firm, we set them aside, go to number 2, start negotiating with them. We can never go back to the first one. Once they're out, they're out. So and that's how
Yeah,
the process works.
yeah, that sounds tough because, I mean, there may be something that one person discovers that another one doesn't. You
Yeah,
can't go back.
it's a process we've used for years on choosing consultants for a project. This isn't new.
Yeah,
And the idea is you want to choose your consultant based on qualifications, not based on price.
yeah, yeah,
And that's the goal of it.
yeah, yeah.
With 9 consultants that you sent out RFPs or whatever, they have to be relatively well qualified, I would think, if they're on the state's list.
Yes, yeah,
It seems like it would be better if you pick out the best 3, so that way you get some real, there's a real reason to be chiseling your price down and, knowing you're in competition with a couple other firms.
yeah. It's just not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can't change those
Yeah.
things.
No, don't even
It's
think like
Yeah.
Because if these contractors know it, then, they know, okay, they must think I'm the best one for the project. So, I don't
Yeah.
know, they don't have to
Yeah.
sharpen the pencil so much.
Well,
Yeah.
they do, and that's where the kicking them out, never being able to talk to them comes in play.
What makes them,
If you don't come to agreement, then they're gone and they can't. They're done. We can't
Yeah.
come back to
for
them.
this project, yeah.
So that's
They know
the
that too. Okay.
So,
that's
yeah.
the
so they-
carrot stick kind of thing, I
Yeah.
guess.
That's the stick. I would say, once you're in,
Yeah.
if you're rated number one, you're gonna do
Yeah,
everything
want
you need to
Want
do.
it.
Yeah.
But DOT has helped us as municipalities simplify the process from the standpoint, it used to just be open, we'd send it out to anyone and everyone. And
Yeah.
we'd have to sort through their qualifications first, then get
Then,
proposals.
Yeah,
In this case, DOT has separate lists, one for designers and one for construction engineers.
yeah,
And in that, those, they're all pre-approved for qualifications.
Yep.
So we know whoever we get a proposal from will be qualified. Now it's determining who's the best fit for our project.
yeah,
And then once we make that determination, then we can start negotiations with that firm.
Yeah.
We'll get a matrix of tasks, and, you know, outlining the project,
yeah,
and then we'll begin negotiations.
yeah,
And the way, to get into a little more detail, the way that process works is the consultant will give us a blank matrix.
yeah,
Meaning they'll outline all of the tasks that they see for whether it's design or construction.
yeah,
The matrix won't put any hours or
yeah,
costs into it.
yeah,
So then we develop what's called the independent government estimate. So Dawn and I will go through and we say, all right, we think this task will take this many hours from the administrative help, from the
yeah.
staff engineer, from the principal
Field
engineer,
yeah,
and we'll fill out this whole matrix.
yeah,
Once we've filled it out,
yeah,
then we have them send us their completed matrix,
uh-huh,
and we compare the two. And that's where the negotiations come into play.
yeah, yeah,
So we're basing it on an estimate that we've developed through their task matrix.
yeah, yeah,
In comparison, what they think it'll take to do the
Yeah.
job.
yeah.
So that's kind of how the process goes.
Pretty complex, but
it is,
yeah, it's a
yeah.
lot of money, yeah.
Yeah, but it's designed to protect, you know, the federal dollars.
Yeah.
You know, it's all driven from past things, you know, the
Yep.
big dig,
Yeah,
et
oh, yeah,
cetera,
oh, yeah, yeah.
where the process wasn't good, frankly.
Yeah,
So. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
ongoing. If the review goes well, I don't see why we couldn't be under construction this winter,
yeah, yeah.
which would be great.
That would be so
It'd
great.
be a great winter project for a contractor.
Yeah, yeah. It was really not.
There's no water to contend
There's
with.
no water, no freezing water, and as long as they can put those augers in the ground, then I don't see why they couldn't.
Right.
It looks easy to me.
Yeah, yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael, you must be familiar with some of these systems for selecting a contractor in your business and all. Any comments to add to this?
Most consultants like it that way. They prefer it to be quality based rather than bid based.
Yeah,
Then it's not a race to the bottom, and because
Yeah.
then anybody could just
lowball it.
lowball it. And then what oftentimes happens is then it's finding the loophole in the contract to manipulate the change orders. And so
Yeah.
this protects the town, for that purpose as well. You're
Yeah.
getting a high quality, best fit at a fair price.
Yeah,
So it usually works out. The only disadvantage is that those without experience have no opportunity to get experience. So it's that
Yeah.
old adage of I need a job to get experience and experience to get a job. So there's a little bit of a issue there, but most people can cut their teeth on something else that's not as demanding or not, sophisticated as the federal dollar program
Yeah.
projects.
Yeah.
So it works out in the end.
okay, thank you. Any other comments on this Souhegan River Trail? I wanted Matt to talk about the high school plan, but he's not here and I didn't hear from him, so I don't know what to say about that. I'll give him a phone call and see if I can get some information. The status of the Facebook, and this was really Nick's bailiwick, and he has updated the Facebook pages on from our website or onto Facebook, and he's done a job with the town center. I don't know if any of you gotten to see it, but it looks pretty good. And it shows progress in what we're doing and everything and what we have done. So I don't know if he's got any new Facebook friends, or whatever they're called. But
Followers, I think is what they call it.
what's that?
Followers, I believe is what they call it.
Follow, that's the correct term. Thank you. Yeah. So, but it seems to be going well from everything he's reported to me so far. So I have nothing else to say about that.
All I know, I don't know how many are following, but it says 437 people like the page.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have 440 following us.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Nick added me as an admin just as a backup, but he does all the work. But I can see it.
If it's good, take credit. It's
I can take no credit on this one.
For who was it you named? Who said?
Nick LaValle.
Oh, Nick. Yeah. Oh, okay. There were 440 followers, and what was the other number?
but it was on the homepage. There were 437 that liked it. So
Oh, 437
yeah, so
likes.
the number, the important number, I guess, is the one Kyle gave up at 440.
Yeah. Well, it says that there's 3 people who maybe don't like it.
But they're following.
But they're following. Yeah, yeah, they're still following, and that's out of 440. So that's there's always somebody who's unhappy.
But I guess I could say going into the statistics a little bit, it says over the last 28 days, our reach, which is how many people see it,
Yeah.
is up 703%. So that's
All right.
that's
Oh,
good.
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 Our page visits are up 100% over the last 28 days. We have 8 new likes over the last 28 days.
Hmm.
So it's trending in the right direction.
Yes, it is. Could I jot those down? Just maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
We've got the page reach was over the last 28 days was 972 people.
Oh.
And that's up, like I say, 703%. The Facebook page visits was 30 over the last 28 days. So at least one person a day is visiting the page. Hopefully that's not you, Nelson.
No, it's not me. It's not me. I did visit it once, just before this meeting.
And then new likes are 8 over the last 28 days.
Yeah. Okay. And finally, the status of the Route 3 Babusik Brook Bridge. Kyle, what's going on there?
So I think the first thing we should do, Nelson, is to change the title of this agenda item going forward.
Okay.
Call it the Route 3 Bridge Replacement Project / Wire Road Safety Project, because they are now combined.
Okay.
Town Council approved that, and DOT has also approved that.
Okay.
So they are one project now.
Okay, good.
By way of update, the survey for the Wire Road intersection part has been released. The surveyor did some work last week.
I saw surveyors working out there. I didn't know if they were part of ours or
Yep,
some.
yep. So that's what they were for.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get the base map. And again, by way of reminder, what we're doing is the bridge project has been under design for a couple of years, and we're accelerating the
Yes.
design of the Wire Road intersection
Uh-huh.
to catch up to the bridge project. So we
Yep.
can construct them both in 2025
Uh-huh.
instead of one in 25 and then the intersection in 27. So that's the what we're trying to do. So that the first step is getting the survey so that they can include that into the bridge base plan,
Yeah.
and then start with the design work.
Yeah.
The consultant is also is working with NRPC to get the traffic counts. NRPC has already done a number of traffic counts for us
Yeah.
at the intersection and turning movements.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen those. I didn't
yeah.
know who was doing them for whom. I didn't know.
Yep, so NRPC is doing them, so that actually helps the town.
Yeah,
Because it's a task that we don't have to have the consultant do
yeah,
and charge us for.
sure. Yeah,
So that's a real great
Yeah.
benefit. The next step, I think next Wednesday, we're gonna have our official kickoff meeting with the two consultants and the town and DOT. So that'll really kick off the project. DOT, knowing we needed to catch up, released the consultant to do the survey
yeah,
and traffic out data,
yeah,
but the project hasn't officially started.
I see.
That should
Yeah.
officially start after Wednesday's meeting.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The Wednesday meeting is you said there were two contractors
The
involved.
two consultants.
Two
So
consultants, yeah.
Quantum is doing the bridge side of it
Uh-huh.
as they have been, and they're going to be the main consultant for the entire project.
Yeah,
But they've brought on Beta, the Beta group,
uh-huh,
as a sub consultant to do the intersection work.
okay. Where are they based? I never heard of them.
They are, I think, Manchester.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
got a small regional office in Manchester, and then I think
They're a
it's
big company.
down
Oh,
in
yeah.
Massachusetts, they have their headquarters, yeah.
Yeah,
But, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
okay. Okay, good. Well, that sounds like progress too. I think we've gotten good.
Yeah,
Good
it's
work.
going well, and
Yeah.
I think the project's going to go move forward quickly, and
Yeah,
we're going to see a really great result from it.
yeah, good.
Again,
That's the end
Kyle,
of the process.
the renaming of the title, just so I have that.
So it should include both parts of the project, which is the US 3 bridge replacement, US 3 over Babusik Brook bridge replacement, and Wire Road safety improvement project. Wire Road Daniel Webster Highway intersection safety improvement project. It's a mouthful.
There's a paragraph and a half. Yeah, yeah.
And maybe Nelson can come up with a clever acronym for it.
It won't fit on one line.
And except for the Everett Turnpike, that's a culmination of all that Babusik Brook crossings, is it not?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the last crossing of the Babusik
Yep.
Brook.
Yeah,
The only one remaining, which is part of the Turnpike project, is out behind McGaw Bridge Road and the little subdivision behind McGaw. There's a set of twin box culverts that the state is going to replace as part of the widening project.
yeah,
But us doing the US 3 bridge actually helps their structure
yeah,
to where the turnpike won't flood anymore in the proposed 100-year flood.
yeah,
But I think they're going to go ahead. They're still designing the turnpike project,
yeah,
but I'm pretty sure they're going to replace that structure as well.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's some issues there about the sewer. Does the sewer pipe go through the?
That's a
culvert?
different one. That's Natticook Brook.
Oh, that's not, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're working away. I know they're blasting in Bedford.
They are.
And
Yeah.
everybody's complaining about that, who has to go through there, because they stop the traffic when they're gonna blast. And, nobody likes that, but
Right.
welcome to New Hampshire. It's gonna go on for a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always has to get worse before it gets better.
right, right. Yeah, they're breaking eggs to make omelets.
Correct.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you, Carl. That's good. We can move on to new business unless somebody has anything more they'd like to ask about that project. And we've got the town center videotaping. That was Nicholas. And as I said, he put out a new tape, a new video. And I think.
Was that ours?
What?
Was that ours?
Is that ours?
One that you and I did? Is that what you're talking about?
No, this is the one he just done in the past
the
couple of
town-
weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Just of the town center, you
Right.
know, and he tries to highlight the town center. He's got pictures of kids playing ball in Twin Bridge Park, and he's got all the good things that are happening.
They
in
do amazing work with those in
Mm.
general.
the town
And,
center. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
and
so
I saw
that's
that-
good. I don't know where he's going next with that, and he's not here to tell us. So we'll put him on next week or next month, whenever. Yeah, Michael had brought up the business of discussing the FEE widening effects on Merrimack. And I know you wrote a letter, Michael, which you copied us all on. And any response from that yet, or any?
No, not yet. So
No.
yeah, so one of the action items for me was to reach out to Wendy Johnson.
Yeah.
Kyle had mentioned that that's the project manager for that widening project. So at DOT. So I emailed her this week, I think it was, or over the weekend,
Yeah.
and let her know who we are, what our concerns are, and just asked for any information that she might have to address our concerns. And then I invited her to our meeting if she wanted to either speak with us about it or come in on Zoom if there was a way for us to have her join by Zoom or something like that. So I have not heard back from her. And based upon what you're saying about the complaints from the blast, I'm sure her email box is quite full.
I
So.
bet it is. I bet it is. Yes.
Yeah, so I'll give her 2 weeks, and if I don't hear back, I'll get her before we meet again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then, this item E is the strategy to advance our planning with the town center. I didn't mention last time, but next month or so, probably in October, I will be giving a briefing to the town council once again. And I would like anybody's input on things I should include in that. I personally will include a plea for financing another piece of this sidewalk infrastructure that we've got. And but I'm not hopeful that we're going to have much positive feedback. And despite the influx of new money and all of that, doesn't seem to be trickling down to the sidewalks.
It's never an easy thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, some of the concern for this upcoming budget is the huge appropriation surplus that the school district gave back to the town not being available this coming budget. Making up those differences is it's a balancing act. And so I think everybody, no, I can't say everybody, but I think most understand the desires and why, this committee's working towards the goals of the sidewalks we're looking for. I
Yeah.
think most people appreciate it. It's just weaving it into the whole thing. There's a bunch of things that are mixed into it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the school issue. What was this about?
Oh,
giving
no,
back
it's just from the budget, the monies last year were used to offset the tax rate, and those monies aren't available, so you have to make that up with property tax payments as opposed to the surplus. It has a direct impact on the cost per thousand.
Yeah.
And so when we're putting our budgets together, the council's always focusing on knowing what we need and trying to blend it so that
Yeah.
the tax rate doesn't
Yeah.
spike hard. And
Yeah.
we only have control of ours,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
always on our forefront of our minds.
How do you think the council would appreciate a petition to warrant article?
I don't know if they'd embrace it or not. I think it would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. It was something I was thinking of putting on the table there for them at this once a year shot at the.
Right, there was a petition warrant article last year for drainage improvements in a neighborhood. And,
Yeah. It did not pass.
well, and as a council, we thought we'll let it ride on its own. We
Yeah.
won't throw an opinion, but we were told we had to put an opinion, and so a couple abstained, maybe three, I can't remember, and a couple voted in the negative.
Yeah.
The difficulty with that for me, because I didn't support the petition article, was that we, as a council and as a town, we have plans on how we're trying to approach things like drainage and all. And in order to, with that focus to a degree on the stability of the tax rate, we, once we start doing the project like this neighborhood was looking for, it starts to kind of goof up our our works. It would have gotten it done earlier, but it wasn't gonna be a complete project. It was very detailed and so it just, I would have rather not put an opinion on it, because if the townspeople wanted to support it, I would have been fine with that, but
Yeah.
having to do it, I had to do what I
Yeah.
believe was the best.
Yeah.
But, so as far as a town center committee advocating for a petition warrant article,
Yeah.
might not be a bad thing. I
Yeah.
don't think it'd be too enormous. I wouldn't go for $1 million thing, but
No, I
um,
was thinking much less than a
Yes,
million. I was
yeah.
thinking maybe just one more piece,
Nope.
by the church and from the library to Babusik Lake Road, those kind of things.
Right.
I think I think from the people we talk to, we're talking to people at these open sessions we have. Everybody says, "What a great idea! When are you going to do it?" I mean, that's the only feedback we're getting is, "Gee, we want to do it." And I say, "Well, talk to your town council person." Well,
We had someone at the July 4th breakfast that said, okay, I have my child and he wants to ride his bike. So he has to go on this side of the road here. Then he has to cross the crosswalk over here. Then he has to take this other road over here, just so it's safe
it's,
to
Yeah.
get where he needs to go.
yeah,
it's true. I used to walk
Yeah.
4 miles. I'd walk from my home off Bedford Road down, and I would come into McGarbridge Road because it was safer than crossing the bridge at Babusik Brook. And I'd come to Lewis Towing, I'd turn around and go home. But I did that. On the one side, I'm coming down the west side in Reed's Ferry. I'd cut over to the other side, and where
Yeah.
there weren't sidewalks, but there was a space to walk, I'd use that. And so it was a back and forth over Route 3. But it was 4 a.m, so it wasn't a big deal. But, so,
right.
but
That's the only time it's safe. Yeah.
in some areas, I walked during the day one time across Babusik Crossing on DW.
Yeah.
It was the most dangerous thing I've ever done in my life
Yeah,
because it's very narrow on the shoulders. And
yeah,
so that's a great project to finally get accomplished.
yeah. All right. What
When you
does
do-
everybody think about this?
When you do present to the council, Nelson, I guess it's kind of on a side, maybe not even part of the meeting, but we should be talking about soon the Church Street
Well,
situation.
yeah, I
So you
think,
might bring that up at that point.
okay, it's a reminder. We've written a letter of recommendation and we had,
Right?
at that time, of course, we had all the people lined up ready to do it.
Yeah.
But we can revive that, yes.
I mean, just as a mention, yes. As
Yep. Okay, I will put it over.
and that way, I want the neighbors to be well informed also.
Yeah,
And the Highway Safety Committee has made the same recommendation.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Luckily, Finley sits on both, so.
My favorite committee,
Yeah,
besides this.
Yeah, the town safety, the highway safety committee was in favor of it. We had the church in favor, we had all of the residents except maybe one on Church Street. And most of the people who had some objection had objections about other things that had nothing to do with closing off. The church's big worry was that their parking was getting encroached upon, but I think they've worked that out between the senior center and they have some issues, but fortunately their timing is, the town is not on Sunday morning, not Sunday morning. Well, Sunday morning is an issue because, for a while, the senior center was renting out to the AAA or AA group, and they brought a lot of cars, and I think they still do. They park all over the library parking lot and all over, and but blocking off Church Street unblocking isn't gonna solve their problems.
Right.
Okay, I'll bring those, I appreciate that suggestion, and I will make sure it gets in the presentation.
Yeah, it'll start provoking
Yeah.
some conversations.
And any thoughts on if we decided to go forward? We'll probably have another discussion before it happens, but if we decide to go forward and recommend and explore, let me just say, explore the idea of a warrant article with the town council to, what do you think it would be? A gotcha, something that would really catch on. Where do you think it's got to show some bang for the buck, you know? And so give that a little thought as to where we would want to recommend it. And there's several pieces missing, and there's some pieces that are very hard to build. So that's the homework for next time.
Perfect.
Okay. Perfect.
Perfect.
Let me out of here. Right. Okay. Okay. Public comments, we have none. Last time, speaking of this, we talked about, we had Barbara Michaels came, and I had wanted to reach out to her, and I don't have her address or her contact. And does anybody have a contact point for her?
I don't.
Huh?
I do.
You do?
I thought I sent it to you.
I remember asking for it, and I don't remember getting it. So maybe I'll ask for it again.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's still interested or not. And we've got a pretty good group here. But I would like to have invited her to this meeting, which I did not do because when it came down to send out the notices, I didn't have her address. That said, we should pick a time for our next meeting. A time and schedule day.
It's Friday, September 30th, too early.
I don't think so. I think that's an okay day.
What was it again?
The 30th.
30th of September.
That works for me.
September. Where did I? September 30th. Yep, 30th is open. Okay,
So it is.
I'll put it down. Next meeting. And there's nothing coming up between the turkey shoots back in November, right? The library going to do a turkey shoot? Yeah.
Haven't even discussed it.
No, yeah. Okay, it's too early to worry about that. I don't think there's anything else in between that we want to support or need to support or could benefit from supporting.
No, the Friends of the Library have taken it over, whereas it used to be kind of a co-sponsored activity between the Board of Trustees and the Friends. And so the Friends are just getting comfortable, having had a pretty successful book sale about a month and a half ago, 6 weeks ago, and they're going to do another book sale on the evening of September 30th for members, and then October 1st is a Saturday. That's going to be the book sale.
Uh-huh.
And once they get comfortable with that, then we'll see if they're comfortable doing the turkey
The
shoot.
turkey shoot, yeah.
So, but yeah, I'll let you know if it
Yeah,
comes up, and
we
I'll
did-
bring it up at our
We
next
don't
meeting.
have to worry about it now. We would just probably ask for another booth as we have in the past. And again, that always attracts the crowd.
Yeah.
Is there anything else anybody would like to bring up while we're here assembled? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Bill Cummings.
Second.
And seconded by Michael Redding.
We have a discussion?
Oh, yeah, any discussion? Thank you. I was writing it down so I don't forget.
Finley had something.
No, I was saying aye.
Oh,
Okay,
Aye.
all those in favor of the motion? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstaining? Thank you. Thank you all for coming. Who made the motion to accept the minutes? Did you get it, Michael? Maybe you got it. You
I
cut-
made the motion and Karen seconded.
Okay, okay.